Here's an interesting number for you. 70% of traders give back their profits just within 48 hours after winning big. Let that sink in for a moment. 7 out of 10 traders who experience significant success will destroy those gains within 2 days. This is a fundamental misunderstanding of how success affects psychology and decision making. Most traders spend their energy learning how to handle losses, but virtually no one teaches you how to handle big wins or wins. Yet in many ways, big wins pose a greater threat to your long-term success than losses ever could. When you lose money, you naturally become more cautious. Your brain activates protective mechanisms that encourage smaller positions and more careful analysis. But when you win big, particularly when it happens quickly or even unexpectedly, your brain chemistry changes in ways that impair your ability to make rational trading decisions. The dopamine high from a big win affects risk management in measurable ways. Your brain floods with feel-good chemicals that create this euphoric state similar to what people experience with gambling or substance abuse or use. Now, in this altered state, risk appears smaller, opportunities appear larger, and your normal decision-making processes become compromised. As one consistently profitable trader told me, in trading, your best day can quickly become your worst day. The same psychological state that makes you feel invincible after a big win is a state that leads to larger losses potentially. Now, to handle big wins professionally, you need to understand exactly what's happening in your brain when you experience significant trading success. This is practical knowledge that can save your trading career. Dopamine release creates a euphoric state that is remarkably similar to what happens with addictive substances. When you hit a big winner, your brain releases a flood of dopamine that creates feelings of elation and heightened confidence. Now, this neurochemical response is evolved to encourage behaviors that enhance survival, but in trading, it encourages behaviors that potentially destroy your account. Now, the dopamine surge doesn't just make you feel good, it changes how you process information. Think about that. Your brain becomes more focused on potential rewards and less focused on potential risk. Now, this neurochemical bias makes everything look like an opportunity and nothing look like a threat. Testosterone increases dramatically following significant wins, boosting both confidence and risk-taking behavior. Studies show that traders' testosterone levels can remain elevated for hours or even days after major successes, fundamentally altering their risk tolerance and decision-making. Higher testosterone makes you more aggressive, more willing to take risks, and more confident in your abilities, almost feeling like you have a superpower. Now, in small doses, this can be beneficial for trading, but the testosterone spike following big wins often pushes traders beyond optimal levels, moving into reckless territory. Your prefrontal cortex assessment abilities diminish even as you feel more confident about your decisions. The brain region responsible for rational analysis and impulse control become less active during these euphoric states. You feel smarter and more capable whilst actually becoming less capable of good judgment. Pattern recognition becomes overactive and it leads you to see trading signals everywhere. This means that your perception is shifting, and this is why self-awareness is so important for traders. Now, understanding these neurochemical changes is about recognizing when your brain chemistry is working against you and having systems in place, more importantly, to protect yourself during these vulnerable periods. Now, of course, it's good, it's good that you've kind of had a good win. However, I always say to traders, even after every loss, after win, you have to take time to reset, rebalance, and realign mentally and emotionally and physically. Now, we'll just call it the winner's curse. But the winner's curse in trading manifests in 4 predictable ways that could destroy more accounts than market crashes ever could. Number 1, the invincibility complex. meaning I've cracked it now. After a big win, particularly one that comes easily or quickly, your brain whispers that you've discovered something that other traders haven't, or you've cracked it. You begin to believe that your success reflects superior insight or market understanding rather than the normal variance that all traders experience. The illusion of control is incredibly seductive because it feels like certainty in an uncertain world. You start to think you can predict market movements with unusual accuracy, that you found the secret weapon that separates winners from losers. The invincibility complex makes you discount risk and overestimate your ability to navigate volatility. Now, the second one is position size creep. If 1% made this much, imagine 5% or even copy trading. One of the most dangerous thoughts following a big win is the seduction of larger position sizes. If risking 2% of your account generated a 10% return, your euphoric brain calculates that risking 10% could generate a 50% return. Now, this linear thinking ignores the increase or the potential increase in risk that comes with larger position sizes. Position size creep rarely happens all at once. It typically starts with small increases that feel reasonable, moving from 2% to 3% risk per trade, then 4%, then to 5%. It's a gradual incline. Each step feels logical in isolation, but collectively, they transform you from a conservative trader into a gambler. Number 3, strategy abandonment. I don't need my system anymore. Now, I've worked with traders who have done this, and it is just one of the worst things you can do. Success can make you feel like you've outgrown the very system that created your success. Your euphoric brain convinces you that your trading rules were training wheels that you no longer need. You begin to trust your intuition over your proven strategy. This strategy abandonment often feels like evolution, like you're moving from mechanical trading to a more sophisticated, intuitive approach. In reality, you're usually moving from disciplined execution to emotional decision making. So number 4, market timing illusion. I can feel when the market will move. Now the neurochemical high following big wins often creates an illusion of market telepathy. You begin to believe you can sense market movements before they happen, that you have an intuitive connection to price action that transcends normal analysis. This leads to increased trading frequency as you can chase every feeling or intuitive gut flash. You start trading trades based on hunches rather than setups, and you begin to override your analysis with gut feelings. Now, professional traders understand that how you handle success is just as important as how they handle losses. They've developed a really good approach for managing these psychological challenges that follow big wins, because they do. Number 1, they take an immediate pause. They stop trading and just take some time until they reset and rebalance. Number 2, profit lock. They move a portion of winnings to a separate account, so they may withdraw and then transfer to a different account. Number 3, system review. What was the win due to? Skill, luck, or discipline? Number 4, expectation reset. Returning to normal position sizing. Professional traders resist the temptation to increase position sizes following big wins. They understand that one successful trade doesn't change their edge or reduce their risk of future losses. They return to their normal position sizing rules and trade as they normally do. Let's talk about the 24-hour rule, why time heals the winner's high. Now, the 24-hour rule is one of the most powerful tools for managing psychological aftermath of big trading wins. Understanding the science behind this rule can help you implement it effectively and resist the urge to jump back into trading whilst your judgment is still compromised. Dopamine levels normalize within 24 hours after the initial surge from a big win. The neurochemical high that makes you feel invincible and impairs your risk assessment gradually subsides as your brain's chemistry returns to baseline levels. Now, this biological fact provides a clear guideline for when it's safe to resume back to trading. The 24-hour window is based on how long it takes for the neurochemical effects of success to wear off. So, during this period, your brain is literally operating under the influence of naturally produced chemicals that alter your perception of risk and reward. Emotional intensity decreases significantly. The euphoria and the feeling of invincibility that feels so permanent in the moment gradually fades as your emotional system returns back to balance. Now, what feels like a life-changing revelation at 2 p.m. often feels like just another trade by 2 p.m. the next day. This emotional cooling off period is crucial for maintaining perspective. Decisions made during the emotional high of a big win are biased towards overconfidence and excessive risk-taking. So the 24-hour rule is about recognizing that your brain during the 24 hours following a big win is not the same brain that should be making trading decisions. Give yourself time to return to normal before trading again. Protecting profits from big wins requires systematic approaches that remove emotional decision-making from the equation. Now, professional traders use these rules to secure their gains and prevent the euphoric aftermath of success from destroying their progress. The third rule, 1 to 3, reinvest, save, personal reward. Now, the simple formula provides a good approach to managing windfall profits. 1/3 goes back into your trading account to compound your future. 1/3 goes into your savings or investments accounts outside of trading. 1/3 is used for personal rewards or lifestyle improvements. Now, of course, this is your journey. I'm only making a suggestion. So this approach satisfies multiple psychological needs. It allows you to enjoy your success through personal rewards. It builds long-term wealth through savings. And it supports continued trading growth through reinvestment. Most importantly, it prevents you from risking 100% of your gains on future trades. So, set daily and weekly profit targets without automatic stops. Establish written rules for post-winning trading behavior. So, create specific written rules for how you'll behave after big wins. After any single trade, profit exceeding 5% of your account, I will stop trading for 24 hours. After reaching weekly profit targets, I will reduce position size by 50% for the remainder of the week. Now, written rules made during calm periods are more likely to be followed during emotional periods. They remove the temptation to make expectations based on how you feel in the moment. So I highly recommend and suggest doing these few things. Recognizing the warning signs of post-win overconfidence can save your trading career. These red flags appear after significant trading success and serve as early warning signals that you're about to make expensive mistakes. Thinking about quitting your day job after a single big win or short winning streak is a classic warning sign. When you start making life-changing decisions based on recent trading success, you've lost perspective on the realities of trading as a business. Sustainable trading careers are built over years, not days, not weeks, not months. Calculating annual returns based on one trade is another dangerous mental trap. So when you look at short-term success and project it into your annual projections, you're ignoring the reality of drawdowns or losing streaks. This calculation error leads to unrealistic expectations. You begin to believe that your recent success rate is your new normal, setting yourself up for disappointment. Telling everyone about your success often indicates that your ego has become too invested in your trading results. When you feel compelled to share your wins with friends, family, or even social media, you're often seeking validation rather than celebrating professionally. Trading is never easy money. It requires skill, discipline, and respect for the long-term market unpredictability. When it feels easy, you're probably not seeing the risks that are building around you. Planning major purchases based on unrealized profits show that you're mentally spending money you haven't actually secured. This type of thinking creates pressure to maintain this level of consistency and wins. Now, professional traders know the difference between paper profits and real money. They make spending decisions based on secured gains, not on current account balances that could disappear within the next trade. So, as we come to the end of the presentation now, I hope you found this valuable. The final element of handling big wins professionally is developing a sustainable success mindset that treats individual wins as data points rather than life-changing events. This perspective shift is often what separates consistently profitable traders from those who experience dramatic boom-bust cycles. So, I strongly recommend that you think about what we've discussed today about how big wins can change brain chemistry, why it's important to implement a 24-hour rule, and you've got tools and techniques to help you get back into balance as well. Now, remember, in trading, your best day can quickly become your worst day. This is not me being kind of negative. I just want to put realistic expectations in. Success is not a destination, it's a responsibility to maintain the discipline and perspective that created it. I'll see you next week. Thank you.